What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another video. Today I'm going to be previewing Game 6 of the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. And usually when I make these videos, I go through a bunch of stats and I go through a bunch of details. But I'm not going to do that with any photos or videos or anything like that today. We're going to be having a heart-to-heart because I'm a little bit pissed off. But then there's another side to it, and you guys will learn about that soon. But if you're new to this channel, make sure to like this video and subscribe. I know there's a ton of you guys watching right now that don't like the videos and don't subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you enjoy my content to do that. It does help me a lot. So, yeah, do that if you will. I would appreciate it. Check out all my other rumor videos, news videos, and preview videos. But we need to get into this, all right? Before Game 5, I felt super confident. I was telling everybody it's over. And I haven't felt that way in a long time. Usually I think it's over and I say that, but then I don't really feel it. And in Game 5, before that game, I felt it. I was playing Drake, No Friends in the Industry all day. Even when I wasn't playing in my car or on my phone or on my Instagram story, I was singing it in my head like, no friends, none. I was screaming that in my car, win the damn game. No friends in the industry. Win the damn game. If you haven't heard that song, it's really intense. It's a good pump-up song. Used it in the gym. That's besides the point. I was really excited for that game, and I thought they were going to do it. When they went up 1-0 and Morgan Riley was just giving it to the crowd and making everybody get crazy, I felt that. I felt that passion. I felt that energy that Morgan Riley had. And then they gave up the momentum right away. They got scored on right away. And I was thinking to myself, how could you do this? How could you just go up 1-0 and then just blatantly just give up the puck, bad line change, whatever, just give them the game right back? You had it in your hands. Now, sure, it's only 1-0. I didn't think they were just going to lock it down and win the game. But that should have been the eye-opener to everybody that, oh, they're ready. The Leafs came out swinging, but they didn't. They got outplayed. They got hemmed in their own zone. And to be quite honest with you guys, in the 5 games that they've played, they've been outplayed in 4 of them. Like, they've been severely outplayed in 4 of those games. That game where they dominated, scored a bunch of goals, like 7-2, game 2, that's when they played really well. That comeback, sure, they played well for 10 minutes, but that's not the whole game. That was a fantastic comeback, but that's not the whole game. And in Game 5, they were hemmed in their own zone constantly, over and over, dump and chase, line change, dump it in, ice the puck. They had no puck possession. They did not look good. And then Tampa Bay just took over. They went up 3-1. Matthews tied it 3-2. And for a little bit there, I thought maybe they're going to tie it up. A missed high stick on Matthew Nyes. Don't care. It wasn't the ref's fault this game. They just didn't do it. They had chances. They looked awful again in terms of getting into the zone. Like, I haven't seen a Leafs defenseman get into the zone cleanly since Jake Gardiner. And people are going to say, oh, Jake Gardiner. No, he was offensively gifted. And that guy knew how to get into the zone. He would fake the drop back pass and just skate briefly on his edges and do a quick turn and get into the zone almost every single time. Morgan Riley's good, but he doesn't know, like, these guys don't know how to get into the zone because they're so used to just that drop back on the power play, or even just in a regular play. They don't know how to get into the opposing team's zone with a man up or just 5-on-5 play, whatever it is, that 6-on-5. They weren't controlling the puck enough. And they lost. Vasilevsky looked pretty good, but he's beatable. We've seen it in this series. We've seen it last year. I mean, they scored another 2 on him. Samsonov allowed, a really soft goal, but other than that, I thought it was fair. but they just didn't win. And I'm seeing online, oh, this is the way the Leafs are going to win. Oh, this is why they didn't win. Oh, these are the stats. These are the referees. No, forget it. Cut it. Win. I don't care how. Just win. Because I'm telling you something right now. I would be lying to you if I said I felt 100% confident. I'd be lying to you if I said I was 80% confident. I'd be lying to you if I said I was 50% confident. Game 6 and 7, Toronto Maple Leafs fold under pressure. This team is supposed to be different. They went up 3-1 on Tampa. They've had some gutty performances. But what have they done since? That game was awful. I know people are like, oh, they didn't play that bad. No, they didn't get the job done. And they got hemmed in their own zone until the last few minutes of the game. You can't show up for the last 5 minutes. You have to show up for the whole game. And they didn't. They got outplayed. That Tampa team is way too good to give them so many opportunities. Like, they were just gifting them zone entries. Like, they were not even trying in the neutral zone. You have to attack these guys. They were running the same play over and over and over again. If I'm noticing it and people online are noticing it and the fans were noticing it, how aren't they noticing it? Like, they were doing the same thing, pushing the defenseman back, drop pass, guy wide open in the slot. Odd man rush. Oh, get tied up with a guy behind the scenes there because they're not calling it. Have a guy rush in, boom, drop back, shot on net. Every single time. And when they were dumping the puck in, they had guys where they needed to be to keep the puck in the zone. Whereas when the Leafs were dumping it in, they were doing this. And oh my God, don't get me started. Don't get me started with this BS where they hold their hands out and think this is defense. Stop it. This isn't basketball. You don't put your hands out and put your hands up and do this. Hit them. Or actually use two hands on the stick and get in. When you do this, you're leaving a massive target. Unless your stick is on the ground and you're moving with the guy, it's not going to cut anything off. It's so dumb. I don't understand it. I think it's the dumbest thing in hockey when players hold their arms out like this and think that a player who's been in the league for some time, or even somebody who's played a high level of hockey, can't complete that pass through their stick or through their legs or whatever. Like, it's such a joke. Put your two hands on the stick and only open up if you have to when you need to throw a hit or whatever. Like, you're not making a difference unless that stick is laying on the ice. And at that point, you're losing body position, you're losing position. And I can't get too deep into it. But there's just little details that the Leafs miss. But I'm going to say it again. The Leafs need to come out flying. They need to have a really solid first period. They need to score a couple. They need to do what they did in Game 2. And then foot on the gas. Because as crazy as this sounds, it's 3-2 Maple Leafs, but Tampa smells blood. They're going back into their own barn, Game 6. That place is going to be rocking. That's a multiple-time Stanley Cup champion in the last 3 years. Those guys are ready for war. The Maple Leafs have to match that. If they don't, see you in Game 7. And how's that worked out? The Leafs need to be a different team in Game 6. Because besides Game 2, this team has been brutal. And they found ways to win. Kudos to them. Find a way to win in this game, but don't get outplayed. You can't. Because that finding a way to win is going to slowly dwindle away from you because Tampa knows how to get to that next level. Toronto doesn't. Find it. You don't have much time. Because I'm going to look you directly in the eyes, you watching this video right now. Dubas will get fired this year. This is the last straw. Put money on it if they lose. Keefe won't be far behind him if a new GM comes in, which obviously that's going to happen. Austin Matthews, he will test the open market after next season. They won't extend him unless they do something good. And he apparently wants to negotiate with Kyle Dubas. Go figure. He wants to stay here, but it also depends on the GM. They have to win this game. This is their game 7. They have to win game 6. If you guys are new here, like this video and subscribe. Join the squad. Go Leafs go. Let's see. Peace.